We are learning more about what police seized from Bryan Kohberger's apartment the day that he was arrested for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. I'm Angenette Levy, and thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime. The search warrant for Bryan Kohberger's apartment in Pullman, Washington was unsealed just a short time ago. This came as a little bit of a surprise because this document was supposed to remain sealed until March 1st of this year. When sealing the document, the judge said he believed it could endanger the investigation or possibly the victims in this case, or possibly end the investigation early if the documents were made public, possibly tipping off the suspect. Bryan Kohberger, of course, was arrested in Pennsylvania at his parents' home on December 30th for the murders of Maddie Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin at their home on King Road in Moscow, Idaho, back on November 13th. For weeks, the community was terrified. They were frightened because it appeared a killer was on the loose, and it looked like there weren't any suspects. But we later learned that police kind of had eyes on Bryan Kohberger at the beginning of or the middle of December. So let's take a look at what investigators actually seized from Bryan Kohberger's apartment when they executed that search warrant back on December 30th. The return for the search warrant says 1 nitrite glove was seized along with a Walmart receipt with 1 Dickies tag, 2 Marshall's receipts, a dust container from a Bissell Power Force vacuum, 8 possible hair strands, 1 Fire TV stick with cord and plug, 1 possible animal hair strand, and other possible hairs and a possible hair strand. 1 computer tower, 1 collection of a dark red spot was taken. That was collected without testing, we believe, for presumptive blood. 2 cuttings from uncased pillows of reddish or brown stains. It says the larger stain was tested. And finally, 2 top and bottom of mattress covered package separately, both labeled C, and that there were multiple stains, and one of them was tested. So we believe it's possible that some of these reddish brown stains, or at least one of them, could have contained blood. It doesn't explicitly state that. When applying for this search warrant, police said they were interested in anything in that apartment, including a knife or a sheath. We know from this that a knife was not located, and the sheath was actually found under the body or near the body of Maddie Mogen, according to other documents that have been filed in this case. Now, they've also said they were looking for any electronic evidence connecting Bryan Kohberger to the victims in this case, including the 2 surviving roommates. We don't know what Bryan Kohberger's possible connection could be to any of these victims. The attorney for Kaylee Gonsalves' family had told me that Kaylee did not know Bryan Kohberger, but he couldn't speak for the other victims in this case. I did get some screen grabs of an Instagram post, an Instagram account rather, that appeared to be linked to Bryan Kohberger on the day of his arrest. And that account was following both Kaylee Gonsalves and Maddie Mogen. The account was later deleted. We will continue to follow this story and bring you any new information. For Law and Crime, I'm Angenette Levy.